Alright, we're at 4123 Cobblestone, Durham. Today's the 28th of June 2022. We are at the city sewer tap. Probably close from 50 to 60 foot. I actually forgot to reset the footage. So we're at the city sewer tap. We're just going to kind of pull back. So it looks like there's a small transition to terracotta. And now we are sitting in the cast iron. We're going to pause the video here and do a quick locate. Alright, we actually cannot find the tap, which is okay. But we will go back to it after we find the city cleanup. But we are in what looks to be cast iron to me. Alright, we're a little underwater here, which is not the best. So we may be dealing with a belly. Kind of strange. Usually you'll see a pretty clear-cut spot to where you go from pumped drainage to gravity drainage, and I'm not seeing that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pause the video and see if we can catch a locate here and maybe open that city cleanout up. Alright, well, so we're only about, the locator head is 3 foot from where the clean out is showing in the ground. Doesn't mean that the Y is right here, but it likely means that we've already pulled beyond the Y. So, what that's telling me is, you know, we're supposed to be gravity drainage. I'm going to pull back about 5 foot. We're going to go to 25 foot, and we're also going to try to prove this a little further too by taking off the city clean out and going right into there. But what that's telling me is that this, from this area onward, we're going to go all the way back to the tap, should be free of water, not holding standing water in it. And not only is it holding standing water, it looks like it's holding a lot of standing water. And this is likely due to a back grade or a belly, a very big one. So that does need to be remedied. Luckily, that would be on the city of Durham to do so. We'll prove it further by going directly down the city cleanout, but we just got to get that cap off. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is pause and do another locate 10 foot out from that 30 foot locate that we just did. Oh, Kevin, did you say? You said 5'8"? Okay, yeah, so that locate at 30 foot was 5 foot 8 inches deep. Pausing the video. Alright, we are 9'4" right here. We're going to go in at about another 45, about 46 foot. I'm just going to pause the video here, do another locate. We're having a hard time finding it. Alright, what was that depth, Kevin? 9'6", so it's deep as it can be out in the street. So we're at 50 foot. Alright, see, now we're coming out of the water. This is what the sewer is supposed to look like the whole way. So from the city clean out, tie-in point where the sewage pump ties into the city clean out, T, all the way to the manhole. It's supposed to look open and clear like this, and it's not. So that's the city sewer tap. We're going to go ahead and try one more locate here. It's very deep, so the locator's giving us some problems. But we're going to try to get it close just for customer reference. Pause the video. Alright, pretty unsuccessful at locating this. We think there's a lot of interference in the ground, power and such. So not really doing too well for us. So we're just going to call it quitsies on that, but we pretty much know where it is in the street. It leaves the front of the home and then comes out at a right degree angle towards the city sewer. So again, we're not done with this filming, but we're going to pull back tap looks fine. This portion looks fine. This is what I'd want to see, but then we start disappearing underwater. And now I would say at this point we're probably, the whole pipe is full of water due to a back grade. So this ain't good. Not the end of the world. I don't feel any obstructions, but it's definitely back graded and it shouldn't be. So right at around 30 feet is where that city clean out is. I'm going to guess actually closer to 35, 40 foot out, because the clean out T goes pretty far at an angle. I'm sorry, the clean out, exposed clean out. So it's a little further than what we thought. It doesn't go straight down. But we are going to have another section. So we're still underwater here. That's to be expected here, because this is a pumped discharge line. So it makes total, but now we're getting some visual of what that inside of that line looks like. Looks like cast to me, which isn't great. So it looks like it might transition to cast about right there. Why somebody would do that, I have no idea. So really the city needs to come out here and we're going to prove this. Like I said, we got that city clean out exposed. The city needs to come out here and get their belly, their back grade that's in the line. They need to get that squared away, because that's going to be causing some issues for sure. And then honestly, at some point as a homeowner, you're going to have to figure out when you guys have the money, and I would recommend that this discharge get reworked to 2-inch like it's supposed to be, and not cast iron. That's not legal either. It's supposed to be pipe that's able to maintain pressure, and cast iron is not that pipe. So and it appears to be 3-inch cast, which is also not correct. The 2-inch discharge on a pump is designed to maintain that 2-inch diameter all the way through its pumped head. If you give it too much pipe, then the head increases, from what my understanding is. And so while we're here, so we're in the pit. This is the inlet into the pit from the house, or I'll say the discharge. So this is where your sewer comes out, that hole right there. There's this mystery hole right here that goes out to where that blackness was on the ground, and I actually have never noticed this, but now I understand what Nathan was kind of talking about. So God knows what is going on and why, but it appears to just empty out into some strange cavity under the ground. So this ain't cool. That's nasty. I think this was some sort of an overflow relief idea that somebody had, which is just a horrible idea, because when the pump fails, you're pushing sewer off into your yard and probably, into the creek or whatever it may be. So I'm going to plug this. It's just a bad idea to have this here. So as you can see, there's a lot of nasty little bugs and mites growing up in there. God knows what else. Trees are loving it, I'm sure. So, but eventually what's going to happen is those roots are going to grow up into your pump pit. So we're just going to cap this off to prevent this from happening anymore, and we'll transfer the video up to the city cleanout so that we can be 100% sure that it is back graded from that city cleanout connection, which is incorrect. All right, we're going to pause the video. All right, we're back at the city clean out here. So there it is right there. The street's like right there. It's hard to tell, those are trash cans over there. So here's the city clean out. We've taken the cap off of it. Just want to go down. Oops, sorry. So we're going to run into what's a Y. Alright, so this Y or this T here is out of the back side of it, which would be, if you're looking at the screen, about 4 o'clock is where the pump discharges into, and then the outlet side, which would be around 9:30, 10 o'clock, is the city side. So at this point right here is where you are, the city takes ownership. And like I said, this part of the line is gravity only. So there should not be holding water at all, and obviously it is, pretty plainly. So now we're in the water. Pushing. Alright, and now we're into that. Now we're into that part to where it's actually gravity drainage like it's supposed to be. And there's the city tap. So just further proof that this thing is messed up, and messed up on the city side pretty bad, and needs to be resolved. So again, this should not be holding water at all. We're at about 28 feet. Yeah, I'm pulling back a lot of sludge buildup. Alright, and here we are at 12 feet. So you're looking at about 16 feet worth of, no, I'm going to call it about 10 feet worth of a belly on the city side of the line. Pretty major. I don't know if that's why this clogged up before, but it definitely isn't supposed to be like that. And eventually it's gonna, that grease inside the line is gonna coagulate so much along the walls that it is gonna clog up on you and cause you more problems. So the city does need to be notified about this. Again, city clean out. Neighbor's house across the street, and then right behind me is the sewage ejection pump. In the video.